I was hanging out with a friend in Louisiana, right? And as we were hanging out in Louisiana, I went over to his place and we just did some throwback stuff, like played Nintendo Wii. I was like whooping them. Yeah, it was amazing, right? And then we went to go get food, and we went to go get food like midnight because we had been playing for like 4 hours and just having a great time catching up. I hadn't seen him in so long, right? And so then we pick up the food. We're driving what I think is back to his place, and then he tells me, he's like, "Hey, I actually have a date tonight." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to. I just thought we could hang out." And he was like, No, it's okay. It's actually why I wanted to hang out, because I want you to come with me because she wants to meet at the park. And I was like, "Your date? Where'd you meet?" He's like, "I met her online." I was like, "Oh, okay. Your date from online wants to meet at the park at night." That's a robbery. That's not a date. That's not a date. That's not you. The fact that you even had the idea to bring me means you know deep down this is a horrible idea. This doesn't make any sense. As men, I don't understand. Like, it's wild that most of us are still alive because we will risk it all for a date. Like, it's like, all right, that's probably just a murder, but also it could be a good time. Like, that's insane that he even thought to bring me. And so then he takes me on what I can only describe as a kidnapping, because I tell him I don't want to go to the park, but we just keep driving to the park. And so now we're at the park, and in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna get out of the car. I'm just not gonna get out. But then I thought, like, if I don't get out of the car, and let's say something happens to him, as a black dude, especially a black dude in America, anything untoward, anything potentially illegal, anything potentially horrific, you have to factor in what the Netflix doc of you in jail might look like. I was just imagining white women watching it like, why didn't he get out the car? Like, did he have something to do with it, you know? So then I get out of the car and I walk with them to like the middle of the park where they're supposed to meet, right? And from far away, I can see 5 figures. And I was like, this is what I thought it is. This is insane. This is terrible. We're still walking towards it. I'm like, why am I using my feet to walk next to him to get to the thing? Like, it felt like the movie Us in real life. I was like, I couldn't make out them but I knew it was dangerous. And then we get there and it's her. It's just her. It's like, it's not catfish, it's not robbery, it's just her. But then she brought 4 of her friends because she was also uncomfortable meeting at the park at night. To the point I was like, whose idea was that? Like, meet at a bar like a normal person. Like, why are y'all both bringing backup? This is insane. So then they're so happy that each other is each other that they just walk off and they leave me with her 4 friends. And so now I'm just standing, there's just 5 of us in the park. And then one of them just looks at me and breaks the silence like, you want to slide? And I was like, nah, I'm good. And then they all just take turns on the slide. But we're all grown people. So I'm not a big man, but they were all huge. They were all big. So one of them was on the monkey bars, also on the ground. He was just walking, grabbing monkey bars. And then they were sliding, and then they started swinging. It was 4 of them, so 2 of them could push 2 of them. It looked like they were having fun. But then they walk up to me like, you want to swing? And it was the first time that I wish somebody meant punch me in the face. Like, it was like, I don't want to be here at all. I was like, no, I don't want to swing. He's like, why are you scared to swing? I was like, I'm not scared. I just don't want to do it. And so then they went over, and they were just pushing each other, and I could hear them laughing at me. And I didn't have anywhere to sit. I just stood there. And so 10 minutes later, I'm on the swing. Like, they bullied me into swinging. And so now I'm on the swing. And do you remember when you would swing when you were little? Your friend pushed your back, right? Your back. Okay, so this dude pushing me, he's so big, but he only pushing me by the hip. So he's just grabbing hip every time I come in. And he grabbing it and then pushing me hard. So he's strong. But then I also forgot to mention, so I'm flying into the air, but when I come back down, he is like catching me hip first. And then he's standing behind me, so I'm just landing in his lap. Like, he low-key humping me out every time he's like, and then I'm flying up, but he asking me about myself. He's like, so what you do for a living? And he's also saying, I forgot to mention that. He's also like making a noise every time he pushed me. I was like, this isn't even my date. Just go to a bar like normal people. Y'all, thank you so much for coming out.